Thank you, Matt. 14% success rate on Mirage for North. That is shocking. Maybe the lowest stat I have seen, but it's never too late to turn things around and put a W on the board. So don't assume this one's free for CR4ZY. CR4ZY on the T side, moving towards the B bomb site at the moment. He's in mid, wondering what's going on, having a look below, but it will be a 5 versus 2 on the B bomb site for a few seconds. The flash goes up high, but there's good position to avoid it. KRB holding things down by the pillar, but the numbers are streaming and no frags just yet. Charlie taken out, Valley doing what he can, but it's not much. Yugi got this to kill in the meantime, holding on to the market area. Post-plant smoke is going to be brutal. That's quite a small window to get through now. All the players remaining in the market.
It's going to be a tough one, but it's 8 pistols, so absolutely anything is possible. Well, it looks like headshots are definitely possible here. CR4ZY looking to be put on the back foot on the defense as we see North just spawning out of that window position, but his Hunter has shut it down, and you can see what it means to them to start off on a good note on their map. It is always nice to be the one holding the bags of cash, James.
Trivia. From the bomb site, there's a wooden panel you can hide behind where you're not showing to the window, but you can shoot through it. Obviously, they didn't necessarily have the info that all three players were in the market, but that is something you could spray through, preferably with rifles than Glocks, but something to look out for at home. Also, if you're on the end of the balcony and you just edge forward a little bit, you will see the window over said wooden panel, something you can see simple peeking every now and then. So it's anti-eco time for CR4ZY on the T side, round number 2, and we need to get these GoTV picks in for those of them at home on GoTV. Dan, who would you pick?
I would probably pick... It's a difficult one with so many awesome players. For North, I'm probably going to take AZ. I got a feeling AZ is going to be on fire in this one. When he's hot, he's very, very good, and he's got a lot of space to work with on a map like this. But as far as CR4ZY are concerned, I think we could see a lot of good stuff from Nexa, despite being, in the calling position. Individually very capable as well.
It's weird considering their statistics, but I'm going to pick Yugi on the CT side of North. If North are to do anything, I think Yugi is going to be instrumental. So I'm gonna pick Yugi. I think he's a good sniper on Mirage, despite what the statistics may say for the team overall. But let's see if he can find something that works in his current system on Mirage. So far so good for CR4ZY, losing 1 player on the anti-eco. No issues there. 3 AKs and a MAC-10, and they're good to go for the buy round.
Yeah, really nicely executed anti-eco round. Everything very normal so far. It's an interesting one. I really feel like an upset is on the cards here. CR4ZY have so much skill, and North are a team that have shown us that they can have weak moments from time to time, so could be susceptible to an upset. But at least they're in a good position here. Both teams, of course, in the 2-0 category. Nice shot from Yugi, opening things up. A fast movement down catwalk will be denied, thanks to that AWP play, but Otto looks like he's trying to investigate. Connector here. Will there be any kind of flash work for him? It's going to be Hunter who will toss a flash indeed. I think that went a little bit short there. I didn't go deep enough for a full connector.
Makes me wonder if we're going to see CR4ZY try to go towards ladder as part of the default in the mid-take. Their player was taken out who was heading in that direction. But Otto is doing the same thing now, getting there ever so gently, smoke in the window. There is an off angle you can hold from the side of the window near the table support, which looks towards this short position. One way to deal with that is to throw a flashbang off the back wall that bounces towards the front of the window. It does flash anybody holding that angle, but obviously it's safer to get a smoke up. Here's Valde going to pull the trigger straight away. He's not. Beautiful stuff. You can raise your alarm with teammates as well towards the balcony. Starts to spray. Can't get a transfer though, but he has delayed and allows Javi to get into position quite safely. Bomb's been dropped now, and there are more players on the side to deal with. So far so good. Next to a 6 HP. 3 players will survive for North. Nice hold of the B-bomb site.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried when Valde didn't get as many kills as you may expect, but ultimately they still had too many advantages there. It's so difficult to get out of those apartments when the CD's set up and ready. They know you're coming. So the 1-2 I should say, is North pick up a round, making things very competitive. Not really allowing CR4ZY to get a foothold as far as the economy is concerned, but they will of course have enough in the bank for a buy. We see the AWP onto the AWP onto Otto, and they are looking for an explosion onto this A bomb site. North with a quick poke in towards middle here. They don't necessarily have the best setup to defend against the rush. They may have to play quite defensively and play for retake. Just Gade who's committed. Ooh, nice opening there onto Letney. There's no trade actually, although the Flames are doing the damage. As Nexa gets that kill, AZ peeks out. He's going to find one and a second one. Beautiful headshot onto Otto. That AWP is out of the picture now, leaving Hunter in a 1 versus 4. He needs to get damage at minimum here.
Well, it's off towards the 12 booth position. The flashes continue to rain in. He's waiting for the first pick. He's still in a reasonable spot to pop somebody in the head, and North don't want this to be expensive. The bomb is in a very exposed position. They'll be careful, and they will limit the fatalities. Only Gade going down. Credit to AZ also, before he started shooting towards the ramp, he had a support flashbangs in to allow his teammate to peek in the first place, help him get that kill towards a Tetris position. Always important, and that was the best North could do with their player in shadow in a very tight spot. 2-2. Quick success found for North now. Yugi 3 for 2 at the moment. Again, he's my GoTV pick, so I'll keep an eye on how he's doing. Let's see what CR4ZY choose to do. AZ has not opted for a helmet. I'm assuming it would have cost him $1,000. He's got 800 in the bank. So we'll see if he gets popped with a P250 in this round. Yugi's in a window on this occasion instead of the connected position where AZ is. So far so good for Yugi. Rack him up.
And it's good to see that, Gade wins that 1v1 in that previous round. He was the first point of contact. When you have those A pushes come in and you're not really set up to deal with them, as we saw the North one, not really, it's a spot where, I think it was Letney who was very far forward. There was no trade spacing, presumably because the rest of his teammates were sort of lining up grenades. And so he pulled the trigger a little bit early on the push. And if you don't get that kill, as a team, you just get stopped. So I'd say also North are looking fairly clinical when it comes to the engagements also. Everyone has been very confident so far in the peaks that they have made, and the results have certainly followed.
I think the true test for North is when they don't get an only 5 versus 4 like we've seen in Connector and so on, and we might see here as well. If CR4ZY can avoid these losses at the beginning of the round, things may get more difficult. The bomb in a very difficult place. Is there any help for Valde? Maybe there's a flashbang to go through Connector. It won't come in time. This is a very fast-moving round. Again, North saw the bomb in Connector. The HE, if that went to Connector, that would have been another kill, surely. I say surely because sometimes you are denied by the shrapnel of a HE grenade. But while all the action's been going on in the mid position, Yugi's got a very forward, sorry, not Yugi, CR4ZY's got a very forward position apartments, which is allowing North to bolster the A bomb sites and keep a passive eye on, the crawl space going into CT spawn.
And so is Gade. You can see that North are reacting really well to the movement in middle, and they understand that there is unlikely to be anyone pressing the extremities, given the opening that CR4ZY took, and they are really on top of things here, North.
Well, AZ just jiggled in Connector and saw the bomb standing there.
The flank in A ramp as well will probably end the rounds. Should be a freebie for the likes of Gade. Here he comes. He's going to take one kill towards Connector, and just look at this. Oh my goodness. North are just running circles around CR4ZY in this round, James. After that mid-engagement, Valde, he took so much of their attention, gets that first opening kill. He's just trying to dance around and buy time in middle. Yugi is able to get a trade kill as Valde goes down. And whilst all that action's happening, all the response from CR4ZY middle, North push A. They push not only Palace, but also B apartments at the same time. That is pretty proactive.
I think I have to add AZ to at least the CT side. Like, his job for most of that towards the end was to stay alive, and then when his teammate's in a position to flank and take that engagement, he faces from the A side to draw attention. He risks going down the best time to risk going down to enable his teammates elsewhere. So beautiful stuff. The coordination has been pretty damn good so far from the likes of North, and CR4ZY find themselves with a bunch of pistols. Kevlar here and there. They've got a smoke on Letney, and that's about it. No flashes, so it's not going to be easy for them to get through any choke points, but surely the priority here has to be damage to the CT economy, and the bomb plant might just be a bonus.
Got to try to eke out something here. Would be really nice to connect a couple Deagle shots. 3 Deagles in play for CR4ZY. It never feels good to allow the opposition to get those clean rounds, and North are a pretty disciplined team, so they will not give you easy opportunities. It's very unlikely they'll overstep it. Speaking of which, a Hunter here, and Aaron Tanzer finding a hole, Intrepid Explorer able to find a kill onto AZ. That is quite disturbing for North. Speaking of having mistakes happen and the discipline, North are not in a good position.
They haven't seen the bomb. They have no idea where to put their people right now. They have no clues whatsoever. The bomb's been near T-spawn. Esperanto's picked it up. He was heading away from A. Now he's going back there for the time being, because look at the positions of Crazy. They can just crush the A bomb site based on their position. This is falling to pieces. What the hell's going on? They were looking so good north, and here they find themselves in a disaster area. Trade frags for Crazy. And now the 2 versus 1. Kiabi doing what he can, but that's a disastrous round for North, a very expensive one, and that is a huge mental boost for Crazy.
Yeah, that's such a big pickup, and I wonder if it sort of snowballed after the first kill and maybe some attention was taken away from, I think it was Ramp where we saw the second frag happen with the Deagle. See if we can catch that, although here is just the highlight. Gate trying to do what he can to clean this one up, but that is such a big round 2 win. That's North in a position where they should really survive with at least 4 players in that round, build the economy, but instead it's Crazy that have them on the ropes, economically speaking, as they take a tactical. That, and I would imagine is you know, in part due to the fact that, oh sorry, it's actually, okay, it's a Crazy tactical. So we'll see what they are up to in the following rounds.
As I often say, it's better that a bad round like that happens to North now, early on in the first game, than 15 rounds from now, late in the game, where it could have a colossal impact and cost you the game. Here is where they can recover from it. They've got the money to buy again. So it's like, okay, things happen. If we're going to derp, let's derp early and then get the brain fully functional for the rest of the game. They're still 1 round in the lead at the moment. And again, they've looked strong. Right place, right time for Crazy. A huge positional advantage getting that frag in the window. That caused all kinds of problems. But they can't rely on that kind of thing, so I don't think North will be too upset about it. Yugi's on the AWP once again, and for me, once more, Crazy need to avoid losing a player early. That's happened in so many rounds that North have won. So far, so good.
Yugi now coming in from the catwalk position. We get Kiabi there with him as well for the aggression. Double nades to the back boxes at top mid. And there goes the incendiary. Letney not having a fun time there. A bit of a barbecue towards that top mid position. He's taken substantial damage, but the cost was a lot of utility used by North. Crazy, this default of mid control from them. How much will they get from it? AZ watching for the boost in mids. North quite aware of what Crazy are up to at the moment. Yugi, oh, he's going to spot the head there. Catches a good chunk of damage through the lip there, the ledge on catwalk, but not the frag. And Crazy creep ever closer.
49 seconds on the clock. Starladder is partly standard. Oh, AZ's seen the bomb, and the bomb's fallen down into the underpass, which is going to cost them crucial seconds for Crazy. But they are still in position to do something about this. Otto, is he patient enough? He sees the backpack, and Letney will do the job. There are 2 more players on the B bomb site for the CTs, though. Valde taking another player out in apartments, and that is no high ground apart from the bomb carrier. 2 versus 4. It's not working out for Crazy. 25 seconds there goes the bomb. Esperanto doesn't have much to do now. 26 HP, the only man standing for his team, and it's looking great for North, but it's starting to look worse now. It's starting to look expensive. If they could save before, it would have been a perfect response to the previous round, but 3 will have to do. They'll rescue the AWP as well, and they pull away by 2 rounds to the 3 of Crazy. 5-3, that is.
However, still good bank here for Crazy to get a buy in just about. Esperanto can drop 1 at the very least, and so it's not perfect, but it's good enough to get something going. Especially in a map like Mirage, there's all sorts of options that you have available to you if you can afford the utility, which they can. You see a good defense there. North handling things pretty well, playing very passive, allowing Crazy to take mid, not really challenging too much, but just making sure that they were unable to walk into a good engagement onto the bomb site, forcing Crazy to run a set piece, and they were not really able to in that position. And once again, we'll get the creep towards the A bomb site just immediately. No default this time from Crazy, just straight into the A bomb site. Gate there in the shadow position, and that Molotov will just drip down in towards the corner there, but still space for Gate to work with as we see another molly come into play. Good headshot, falls back into the flames though. And Crazy, this is a very laboured push here. There's lots of time being bought by North. And oh wow, beautiful stuff there. Esperanto takes 1 head away, but it's going to be a great response from the likes of North as they just go for all the engagements. They don't care about waiting this one out. It's just Nexon now left alive, but not for too long. That action just did not stop, James. That was North were happy to fight there.
Yeah, Crazy seemed to be stuck in a choke point around Tetris before, well, while they were stuck there rather. The entire rotation was in from North. everybody was around the A bomb site. They survived with, I think, 3 players there, but CR4ZY are running out of money to really try and punish, but they will make some investment into this round and try and keep that CT economy honest. Some Desert Eagles being picked up as CZ. 2 smokes, no flashes, so we'll see what plan they have. Back and forth now, it feels like, this game with Mirage so far. Again, North 14% success rate in the last 3 months on Mirage. But it's never too late to turn it around.
Yeah, they're playing pretty well so far, and it's crazy that I've really been struggling to create any good base to work from in terms of how they're approaching their defaults. We'll see if that's something that will change as time goes on. North have been sprinkling in a good bit of aggression here and there. It's not really been too central to how they've been playing their CT side. You know, more so they're being reactive. And when they do go for the aggression, it's not too committed. For example, the 2-player push we saw between CR4ZY and CR4ZY on Catwalk just to throw a deep nades in, but then fall back and give up mid again. It was only really that push from Valde. We saw an underpass that was all too committed. Gade was success there on this off angle towards the ramp position. Good ranges to work with that M4, and he's got Valde for support as well towards tickets. And well, Valde can't see that angle, so Gade picked one of the few spots which Valde could not defend him from.
Just looking at the recent games of Mirage that both these teams have had, and CR4ZY's opponents have been North, Sprout, Mouse Sports, Chaos Heroic, Salamander, and Gamer Legion. So that's where their success has come from. On the North side, CR4ZY, Mouse Sports, MIBR, FaZe Clan, No Chance, Vitality, and Liquid. So, as I expected, like with those percentages, North are playing on average, I'd say overall like a higher caliber of opponent. So I think we have to bear that in mind when we look at those statistics, so we're not too misled by them. 7-3 for North. I think comfort has been retained. It's not really with spectacular money. There are a fair few rounds to fight for here. Could even still be trailing at half time, so we will make no assumptions. Also, it's back on the AWP. Esperanto has the most forward spawn though to mid or B. So we'll see what they choose to do. CR4ZY. Yugi looks to be going towards the window once again. Are we going to have a hop into the underpass? It looks like we will be. Valde going to the well once more. Yugi holding out a short position, but Otto's ready for it. Very fast shot from him, but there's an answer from AZ.
Yeah, over the top of the smoke there, quite a common play. And Valde will be dealt with in the underpass, and CR4ZY now dead as well. This is all falling apart. AZ has to deliver something huge, but he'll get eliminated as well, leaving just Gade as he rotates around towards the window. Spots Hunter, and that's a kill, but there's 3 more to go. A couple of them quite weak though. Esperanto, the healthiest player, and he's going to try to smoke this off. Gade has to play through the smoke. He takes him down, and that is an opportunity, but he has no idea about Nexa. Looking for stuff on the ground, scavenging.
That could have been really awkward. Nexa was hiding basically in chair with the bomb with 12 HP. So if he was checked for, that might have been the round. But it wasn't. And it's number 4 for CR4ZY.
I feel like it was a good call from North to go aggressive in that round. You know, CR4ZY have been starved of a buy for a while, and so it's quite powerful to assert yourself and engineer an early pick on the CT side and then try to find a way to fall back, although it did backfire on North, and that is the risk of it. And CR4ZY now, they have to win another one, and that's a fantastic opening there from Yugi, catching Esperanto, jumping across to the top mid position.
Another early 5 versus 4. It's a big round for both these squads. Someone's going to be broke after this.
Is he going very aggressive there? And that's going to be a 4 versus 4 now. Big risk taken by North to get AZ out there. And now Otto's going to take down Gade as well. And so that's the A bomb site, somewhat naked. But the bomb is in the middle, as are the majority of the CR4ZY players. Quick molly there deep on Catwalk, which could cover their approach into connector, and there's a flashbang which is going to save the same purpose to that ladder room, and boom, Nexa takes down Valde. Great kill there from him. So fast on the response. Now Yugi, he's got to find so many kills with a flashbang, absolutely spot on, as is Hunter, as he chases up the kill.
This is a huge round for CR4ZY. CR4ZY with $300 in the bank. Yugi's leading the economy with $450. That's the situation North are in at the moment, and I said they could be trailing by half time, and that might be likely now. CR4ZY moving to 5. Huge pressure for North now. This is a very swingy half of Mirage. What does Kirby choose to do at this point? Is he hiding in plain sight? Trying to pick up an AWP on exit, maybe? We will see. It looks like CR4ZY will be saving towards the ramp. But the AWP is far away towards CT, I think, the toll booth area. Having a look, no one there. Forced to fall away. So it may be a hero org. Not something you say every day. We'll see what North can do. CR4ZY reduce the deficit to 2.
And it's a difficult one, you know, when you're trying to assess whether or not you should try to go for a push. We don't always have all the information the players do. Obviously, you got a 5 versus 4 really early on, and you get that play into mid for CR4ZY, and it just didn't work out. But sometimes, you know, you feel like you have to make those plays, so we can't know exactly what it was that convinced North to go for that. But that was the turning point for CR4ZY, losing, or rather taking down AZ as he goes for that push. Speaking of pushes, we get a quick flashbang over the roof there, so Otto can get a free peek. That flashbang is really important. If there was an AWP that was a bit deeper, would flash him, and that allows Otto to take the angle. So a very important concept in this game, making sure that you control the peaks when you're playing AWP versus AWP.
Cobblestone Plateau was always a good example of that.
Yeah.
Where both snipers would throw a flashbang over the wall to take position. Back and forth you'd go. But again, it's all about the org here for North. The org needs to get some picks to allow the CTs to swarm and pick up rifles elsewhere. And CR4ZY is towards the triple area on A with the org. The other CTs just spotting for the time being. Again, you need the numbers alive if that org is to get something out of this, but CR4ZY is not being too aggressive at the moment, and I'm sure he would expect to be waited for, so it's a tall order on the CT side. Hunter peeking through the corner of the smoke, and the pistols are getting close. Valde spotted doing some tags, but he will be the one falling to the bullets of Hunter. And that's minimal information. Now there's a little more, but CR4ZY's been taken out. The man of the org is gone.
Yeah, this is a very similar anti-eco to the previous one we saw from CR4ZY as well, so that's a good, you know, bit of information. Maybe at this point it might be too late, given how late we are into this first half. CR4ZY will be unlikely that they'll be in a position where they'll play that round again, so never mind. Seeing some good successes here now from CR4ZY on this T side, and when it's a map pick of yours, you do expect that you'll have a good time on the T side. It's going to be fun to see what CR4ZY have on that CT side as well. You can play it like a T side if you want. And be quite aggressive, a mini T side. Hunter going with a very fast push up the A ramp, grabs the freebie, and pieces the hell out of there. And that's not a good sight for North. They're down on utility. Now they're down a man as well. Yuki doesn't even have any Kevlar to work with on that AWP. And CR4ZY is setting up for this A push once again.
Bentley creeping towards the connector position, but how will they deal with short? Is he going to go for a brazen peek in mid? He is. Not the first time they've done that. There we go. The distraction will allow CR4ZY to activate. And Gate lost in the meantime in a trade kill, more or less. CR4ZY allowed to take position on the A bomb site, but Yuki's back at CT. But again, he's got to be careful. 10 HP. There's no cover for the bomb in CT. They've got flashes, they had a smoke, and they planted a bomb with no cover, and it's cost them. But they still have a man advantage. Yuki's now being taken out. That's a big frag to have. There's no one in CT just yet. CR4ZY's on a very long rotation. There's no diffuse kit. These frags are going to have to come in fast.
Oh my god, speaking of fast, really, really fast stuff from Hunter there. With that AK-47 finding the head immediately. And CR4ZY just has to save this one now. I would say I do like Yugi's follow-up peek after he gets the initial kill on the bomb plant attempts. Because with no utility, going for the retake once the bomb is down is quite difficult. And he felt like he had a good spot there, and you got to go on feelings in those positions. There it is, CR4ZY going to be evening up the scoreline. They are doing quite a good job here considering the start. It looks really convincing from North, but CR4ZY are in a position to end the first half with more rounds than North as we go into the very final one. And North have very little money to work with, so not a good look in that sense for them. And if you're CR4ZY, I think an 8-7, you're so happy. You'd be beaming.
4 rounds in a row for CR4ZY at this point. They won the right rounds to break North when needed. Last round of the first half, we see double UMP for the likes of North and Desert Eagle for Yugi. Not quite the AWP, but he's still in the window, boosting QRB towards the ladder position. Not that actually, but on the bricks. I like this angle. If you're moving into connector, it is an off angle for the CTs. Yugi's shown some presence now in the window, so he may be subjected to a Molotov. Everybody on Crazy has one, but the smoke is up early, and Yugi will make his exit. QRB will stay in situ.
Crazy playing things a little bit slower here. They know that North's economy is quite stretched, to say the least. Is that a jungle smoke, or is it a connector smoke? Nice, I haven't seen that one. Esperanto going to get caught by Kirby as he makes his peek forwards. Kirby's been pretty good at going for the aggressions there, the one-for-ones. And that's actually pretty key in a spot like this where you're in a, you're worse equipped than your opponent. Crazy going to be falling out of middle here to rally up for a push onto B. And Valde is in a position to make this hard significantly if they don't check him. And Yuki is drawing attention with the jump peaks there, so it might be that the case they don't spot him. Oh, they do actually spot him. They check for him. Next it goes for it. And there's the trade. So critical.
33 seconds, and will they even get through these choke points? Letney with a huge headshot. Still a rotation coming in from Gate. It's a flank, in fact. It's not even just a rotation. The bomb hasn't made it out of apartments just yet. He needs to take this kill before it does, and that really makes things terrible for Otto. He's got a 1 versus 2, and he's dead. North will take the last round despite their shortcomings in terms of weaponry, leading at half-time. Will they lead at the end of this map? Find out after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. It is as even as you could ask for at the end of the first half, but who has come off better? It's hard to say. We'll see what Crazy can do on their CT side. Hopefully they'll be less exposed than me. James just exposed me as I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that smoke for a while. Yeah, that's actually the smoke that I'm
pretty sure I taught you that smoke, that connector smoke in the first place.
Yeah. I've taught it to many people as well, but I just wasn't looking at the hand. I was looking at the crosshair because I'm an idiot.
Generally, people line up that smoke grenade with the top of the smoke on the aerial as opposed to the crosshair, but Dan's looking at the crosshair, so welcome to Dan World.
Yeah, it's Dan World. Welcome.
The bomb has made its way towards a ramp with Valde in tow. Grenades are being readied, and it seems the split is on as well. We've got 2 players moving through the underpass for a 5-man push of the A bomb site. There are almost 4 CTs here in position. We've got Hunter in the window. He's man number 4, and Letney's making his way towards connector. So he'll have some range. That's a meaty grenade on the ramp position. Look at that, that's over 100 damage already. They're not even through a choke point.
Esperanto, he is getting some there with that USP. Gator is trying to work through that smoke. It's not ideal. This is generally not an ideal position for North. They are stuck in a few different positions, and Crazy look to be in good spots to help each other out here on the A bomb side. And there's so much time, and given the rotation into the B apartments, B is a real opportunity for sure for the likes of North.
Yeah, Kiabi's going on a fact-finding mission towards the B bomb site. In the meantime, Yugi's just keeping an eye on any potential flank, although he's got the bomb, so that would be a weird one. Gade in the window now. So what is the information for Crazy? North are all over the place, but he's got a man disadvantage here. Haven't seen the bomb just yet, Crazy. KRB's picked one off, trying to escape this duel. Just about reloaded. And there's Nexa taken out. Surely it's got to pull rotation. However, Esperanto's wondering what's going on. Despite all these frags, they haven't seen the bomb. And I think he realized what may have been happening there. But still, the rotation smartly comes in. Oh, no, he's going top mid. He's going top mid. There's a sound cue for Esperanto. But can he find the frag? He's in the ready bed. And so is KRB. There he goes. Why did he go that way?
Oh no, that is such a problem. Esperanto. That is also so beautiful because he was walking the entire time, which I was going to highlight. It's really critical that he just has to gamble that. It's not ideal, but you got to go for the just hold that shift button. But yeah, beautiful round from Esperanto. Look at the damage that he has done, taking players out all over the place, left and right and center.
Yeah, I guess he expects the CT to be rotating already, and if he's going apartments, he's probably going underpass, so that's unfortunate for the T side, but it's fantastic for Crazy. They put North on Glocks for the most part. We've got some P250s. A P250 frag will let the weapon pay for itself, and it'll be very costly for the likes of Crazy. Hunter gonna open the drilling, the fracking if you will, and it'll be pretty brief. Everything's been destroyed. 1 round lead for Crazy.
Yeah, this is perfect for them, and I'm happy to see that. We're going to see a silenced M4 from Esperanto, because you don't get to see them all that much recently, so obviously we've been seeing more M4s in general since the org was patched, nerfed slightly. Right, so this is going to be interesting. You know, North going for that 3rd round buy for Eco in the previous rounds. Obviously, their firepower is going to exceed the likes of the CT, so we'll have to see what Crazy do to mitigate that disadvantage, and they're going to make a 2-man setup happen towards that A ramp towards the beginning of the rounds. Maybe catch any fast timings from North, but there are none. There will be none. It's going to be AZ who will be testing the A ramp position. And North have a very fast movement up catwalk here, really. They've got presence that they can use to take over connector as well if they so choose through the smoke. Also, he takes Valid down. Gade responds, pushes through connector. He keeps going through another smoke, and he's going to meet Hunter, and that will be the end of Gade. A 4 versus 3 here for Crazy. They have a decent positioning, decent control of the map. All they have lost is middle.
Letney moving closer to the short position. He smoked off the deep apartments earlier on. Do they know that Otto is there? KRB has a Molotov, not positioned to do anything with it, but I think the Molotov will be enough unless Otto throws the smoke immediately, but he still can't escape. He's got 9 HP now. But this is going to waste time of North. Crazy can sit here with him in the smoke for a while. The pressure is on North to make a play and push forward, and they have a man disadvantage. KRB lining up a smoke grenade to go towards the window in the market, maybe to pull rotation. The bomb's creeping towards Vector in the meantime. AZ had to get that duel, and he does. Stereo frags for North now, and things turn around. 2 players left for Crazy, and they're out of position apart from Hunter. He could do something, but with the range of the MP9, maybe not. Letney comes in at perfect timing, and it spins around again. 20 seconds now for AZ to do something. We've got grenades going to the mid position. He's got to push fast. He's got to pick up that bomb. He's got to do something before the CT rotation comes in towards CT. But Hunter with the MP9 is unstoppable. 3 kills for him, 10 rounds for Crazy.
You gotta love the confidence with the MP9, and that gun, you can't underestimate the running speed with it, and also the kind of tight spread when you're spraying with it whilst you're running. It's actually very difficult to deal with, and you can see exactly why there. And beautiful timing there as well. Letney on that FAMAS. Everything just came together for Crazy there. Very surprising stuff, but that will keep them in a position where they will be strong on the weaponry. However, they're not strong on the money, and North know that. They're going to try to make that a problem for the likes of Crazy and destabilize them further here with a buy of, it's a half buy here, and it's an interesting one. They are going to have to get a bomb plant to really justify this buy with how much they have spent. Quite a few players going down to 1 to 1.5k, and in comes an aid. That Crazy know exactly what that means. Can they defend it though? There's Esperanto, good start, but Curly will take him down. Nexa needs at least 2 here, and he's going to get 2. A good flash coming in, but there's no bullets left for Nexa.
KRB alone now, 1 versus 3. He's got a minute 15 to play with. Pop flash through the smoke, trying to make it fast. It'll be fast, but not in his favor. 11-8 in favor of Crazy. The score is still close. It's still reasonably close, and North are they're going to be on the bye once again. So it's not too tense just yet, although it feels tense within the round. But score-wise, there is plenty of action to come. 2 AWPs out for Crazy, Otto and Letney. See where they choose to go, what kind of spawns they have. Esperanto towards the window. Is he going towards the underpass, maybe? Up and down, just like Valde. No one's in apartments for North. Let's bear that in mind. It might be going fast towards the B bomb site, but it won't be a split. Yugi spots one towards short. That's a lot of information for CR4ZY, and it doesn't cost him anything.
There goes Gate. Esperanto finding that with the AK. That's not bad at all. Now it's going to be some real problems here for North. Sure, they've got mid control, but going to make something happen with that. The Bombers moves up towards Tetris as Yugi picks off Esperanto in middle, but Nexus taken down the bomb. He's taken out the hands of Valde, and that is a huge issue here for the likes of North. It's so much information for CR4ZY. They can begin to set up around this bomb, and AZ's in Palace, so he can try to wrap around. Nice shot there from Kirby, taking his time on that one.
Yeah, while all that action was going on in mid, Letney had made his way into the apartments and had cleared the kitchen area, but the bomb being down, of course, on the A ramp is going to be a much larger issue. See if Kirby can get off these bricks quietly. He can.
He made a sound, actually, and Hunter it actually spots it. And how is Kirby actually alive? Hunter knows he can just follow up. Oh my goodness, that was a bit scary. He gets blinded there. Yugi will take down the forward position of Nexa, which allows him to reclaim the bomb, but Otto's in position to punish, leaving Yugi with no hope at all. Hunter, perfect angle there, and that will be another round going the way of CR4ZY, and no bomb down for North. They got the max loss bonus, but without the bomb plant, they can't field a full buy, so half buy for them once again.
I didn't hear the sound, but I suppose he did. So, for those of you who don't know, if you're crouching on an object which isn't too far off the floor, and if you were standing and you fell off it, would make a sound. If you're crouching and after you fall off it, if you release crouch so you stand before you land, then you won't make a sound. So that's how you quietly sneak around. Like if you're coming out of connector on overpass, going into the short beat water, you can do the same. Anyway, 4-round lead now for CR4ZY. Yugi continues to deliver. Really nice stuff from him. But North, do they have it in them to turn their stats around somewhat? Not looking good at the moment on pistols. But they've got a lot of smoke, so it seems they've got an idea. Speaking of ideas, CR4ZY with a smoke up towards the top of mid, so if there was any funky action to come, then maybe that smoke will shut it down. They're not going to over-invest in personnel pushing that mid position. Just Esperanto creeping up. And now what do North do? There's got to be a plan B. They've deployed almost all of the grenades they had. So I think whatever they had in mind has been thwarted. They had a smoke in the connector and a smoke in the window, but no possession of mid.
And I like the approach here from CR4ZY, playing a retake. Especially if you don't care if the opposition gets the bomb down. I mean, they're already max loss bonus as well. Then you can just go for the retake. And once their initial grenades are spent, the T side, they can't hold off the CT retake on the A bomb side. So if you play A retake like we see CR4ZY doing here, and you're in a position where you'll never lose B to an attack, which is what should happen, then this is just perfect. So we'll see how it actually executes out. And indeed, it is a struggle to even make their way out of the apartments. The bomb is down. They're just getting picked off one by one. This A retake was definitely a good call coming in from CR4ZY, and they are looking very strong, James. Hunter is 25 for 11. He's having a hell of a Mirage game so far, and the double orbs as well are going to be an issue for North.
3 rounds away now, CR4ZY. 3 rounds away. Looking like overall a comfortable start to this series for them. Inferno next and Train to follow. Not bad. 5-round lead. Will it continue with North back on the bye?
Some flames to deny AZ. A push up the ramp. It forces him to flash around the corner because the CT could be there. That Molotov does cover so much space. Another one coming in from AZ as he goes for the peak. You can see Nexus on the other end of that. And North looking like they may be interested in going for a split onto the A bomb side here, but we'll have to see how that actually pans out, because if they were able to get some kills elsewhere, and they might end up changing things in the mid rounds. But indeed, it looks like it will be the case that they'll make their way into Connector, which CR4ZY are well aware of. All they have to do is just defend it. That is not a bad start. Hunter is just continuing to do damage. Another frag for him.
1 minute on the clock for North. They could still do something here. They've got AZ creeping in. Esperanto must be dealt with. Is there a trade kill? There is. The bomb spotted. That's the information. Now we've got Letney rotating, but can he get there in time? 45 seconds. Hunter in connector. He's got to get that kill. He does. Might have spotted Gate towards the bench position. There it is. Number 14 for CR4ZY. Surviving with 3 players. They pick up an AK. They've got a second AWP as well. And they continue to win rounds. They've won every round in this half.
Yeah, I have to say, CR4ZY, one of the things that is remarkable about them is their level of individual skill is kind of nuts. I actually think they outskill North here. At least that's how it is appearing from how this match has been playing out. They've been winning so many duels and multi-kill situations. 27 for 11 now for Hunter.
They've won 11 of the last 12 rounds.
Yeah, they are pretty damn good. And we'll get a B rush coming in from North, it looks like. There it is, as Kirby going in first. He's actually very far ahead of his teammates. Are they going to try to go down the underpass stairs, or what is the plan here? Okay, well, they're going to go with the nades. Just wondering about that delay. Hunter, he's going to get a lot more fractured potentially. The flashbang is pretty decent though, but some additional damage will be done by Hunter. The orb's going to come in for Letney. The eagle out as well as more players will stream in for CR4ZY. Nice shot from Letney as he drops the bomb. The bomb is very far away from a plant, which is not great. And looks like they will be wiped out.
Yeah, it won't matter too much, the bomb plant, because they're at max loss bonus, and that was a half buy. But it's always nice to get the bomb down. They have smokes up on the site, but they were concentrating on the boost. Again, they're playing for the round win there, so I think they're looking to get in position to eliminate if they can. Didn't work out. 8 to 15.
To say the energy on CR4ZY is you can really feel it. You can really feel that they are so amped up.
They're the underdogs in practically every match they play in this major, so they've got to be feeling hype. They're earning their respect round by round by round, and now they have a lot of game points in the first map of this series. Esperanto standing in the middle of mid. CR4ZY, he's crept into the smoke. We'll see if he can catch somebody off guard. Nexa not peeking too much in the bomb site, but you'll see the trajectory of those grenades. Gade's been taken out in the meantime. 5 versus 4 for CR4ZY.
Also looking to see what he can find here, but it's Esperanto to go straight out for the frags. Laser precision from him as he looks for the third. He knows one is near that Tetris A ramp position, and now he hears it. Because Yugi makes his way forwards, but if you're on the screen for even a millisecond, Esperanto's got a bullet with your name on it. Yugi goes down as well as CR4ZY is left alive in the 1 versus 3, and this is all on him now to save North on Mirage, to save them from getting absolutely dominated by CR4ZY. And they picked this map for a reason, and I think we can frankly just see why. They are beyond confident here.
1 minute on the clock, 1 versus 3. Against 2 AWPs. No one has proper eyes on mid. Oh, that's really just going to kill some time, isn't it? He's got to find that frag. He's close, but not quite. Everybody will reposition now. They've got grenades, they've got molotovs. And where can he really go? 35 seconds, he can't run to A ramp. Makes his way towards the window. Death by paper cuts in the final round, probably, of this game. Molly's in his own way now. Shows presence towards the connector position, but he's going to walk to his doom. Otto's got a superior angle, in the head no less. Overkill there, 16 to 8. A fantastic game of Mirage from CR4ZY.
Yeah, that was, I mean, they were so amped up. I think, and the energy of CR4ZY is contagious, James. I'm feeling it. That was a beautiful performance, and they are just so strong individually.